Click.
It's on fire! It's all on fire!
Nothing like a good fire. Gets the blood going. Not really.
uh, uh, Fire is good. At this point, we should be used to fire.
I'm not hearing a...
Yep,
What?
we're alive.
We're live?
Oh, yes.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Too busy putting out all these fires.
Much fire.
I had a last minute change of plans, and Pedro's like, you know what? That worked. That was too easy. You sorted that issue too quickly. Here, let me reboot my computer.
Admittedly, I had to reboot my computer because all of a sudden, Venn went real quiet. I tried to open Pavu Control and it said establishing connection to Pulse Audio server failed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the browser froze, then everything froze. All right, let's just reboot. It's easier this way.
And before we got started, I was like, Pedro, maybe you want to take that overclock down about 100 megahertz. He's like, nah, YOLO.
Hey, it's been running at 4.5 for a long time. Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on recently.
Is everything still on fire in Portugal?
No, they. I think they finally managed to put out the last big fire that sprung. Let's see. I can't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, they had it under control by the end of last week, and I think they managed to put it out the start of this week. Yeah.
Boop, boop. Da, da, da. Yeah. Streets
California
live,
still on fire?
I don't know.
Mir was saying Venn's in California since everything is on fire.
Let's see. It's Pedro shot.
Yes.
There's that.
The link should be the same, Rohit. Just youtube.com/Linux Gamecast/live.
It might have changed. Well, no. I'm not looking. Everything's working right now.
No, because Chrome, since it crashed, it turned back on with all of the tabs open, and I just kept it open, and I could hear myself talk at one point, so yes. The link did not change.
Yeah. YouTube, best way to get it. Notifications. So how's everyone doing? It's another great day for Linux. Another glowing endorsement for OBS and
How did I call it? Reliable unreliability.
here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know a way to make it behave. It's just my current 8 cores of Furies. Ain't got enough juice to do it. All that's going to change in a little over 3 weeks, but we just have to soldier through.
Yeah.
I mean, considering we started this show on a quad core.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
guys, you and Jordan were doing this on that Athlon 4000 something.
Something.
Yeah.
It lives on somewhere in the basement with Frank and Nass. Frank and Nass's Borg. It just absorbs old PCs and ends up throwing drives in it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm noticing one thing. Like the way the camera is angled and the way the microphone is angled, I need to change the arm from where it is now to the side of the table proper. So it just comes relatively parallel to the camera angle.
I don't know. People can't see it when they're listening.
Teeny tiny desk. That's the problem. It's teeny tiny desk.
Athlon X2 4000. No, I think it was an X2. Something.
Probably. Yeah, the 4000 series were X2s, I think. So yeah.
It had an integrated heat spreader. Okay, it wasn't that old.
The good old days of AMD space heaters.
Hey, man. They're still a bit warm. Especially this one. This, toof. It's great in the wintertime. Gonna miss it.
This one, I usually keep it around high 50s, very low 60s. And yeah, when I had it shipped over and then I put it back together, it was hitting 62, 63. It's like, no, that's a bit too warm. Too warm. So it was probably something, either dust buildup or whatever it was. But a good clean, reseated everything, made sure the fins in the Hyper 212 were clean, cleaned the fans, all 7 120 millimeter fans inside this case. Clean them all. And now it just peaks at 58. So yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
We're currently at 63. Which for an 8150 is called warm.
Let's see. It peaks at 58, running stress for however long you want to leave it, which we'll be talking about, but that's later on. Let's see. Right now, sensors. 42. We're running at 42 Celsius.
Oh, Mir's trying to do a Bon Jovi video. It's his life. It's now or never.
You broke it, didn't you?
Warm Rising.
Let's see. They claim the TDP on the 1700 is 65. We know that's a lie. They actually
it's
caught
like
him
65 to like 95, guys.
yeah,
Come on.
they caught him pushing out close to 95. So yeah, it's basically an FX 8370E in terms of heat dissipation.
But you know, we're just getting the stock Ryzen 7, so realistically, you're looking. I won't even be mad if it gets to like 3.8. I'm not going to try to YOLO it at 4. That's too much voltage for my taste.
Yeah. The only reason I even got this one up to 4.5 is because I can do it at 1.32 something volts on the V-Core.
Well, with this 8150, I just bumped it up to 4 gigahertz, and I didn't do anything to the voltage because I'm not even at its max boost clock.
I got it up to 4.2 gigahertz on the stock voltage of 121.25. It's like, yeah, 121.25, and it's stable at 4.2 gigahertz.
Katana, I used to have a Athlon MP system with XP processors in it. True story.
I had one Athlon X2, Athlon 64 X2 laptop that had the laptop variant of the CPU, which had an embedded X1200 GPU. It was shit. That was probably the worst GPU I ever had. It was like
the worst GPU laptop I ever had was NVIDIA's first motherboard, where they integrated whatever it was that used the system memory for VRAM.
So it was the PS3, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, it was like 8 years before the PS3.
Yeah.
DDR was just a dream.
At the time, it was what? Rims?
I honestly don't remember. I won AMD. I won a contest from AMD, and they sent me. It was either AMD or Nvidia. They sent me the motherboard. It's like one of the few things I've ever won in my life.
Mm-hmm. 6700K. Yeah, the 6700K. If you got a good part, they are easily overclockable to 4.8, 4.9 gigahertz. But if you didn't win the silicon lottery on that one, you can't even overclock it. In fact, Intel actively recommends that you don't overclock it.
Yes, Mir, the good old flip chips. I've smoked a few of those in my day. Sure did. Pop. Make a very distinctive sound because they had no thermal protection on them whatsoever. They would just melt.
Yeah.
The die would just crack. Very distinctive sound it made.
Nowadays, people don't need to do that. In fact, it's highly advised that you don't do that. But you can even 3D print a little tool to help you delid processors. So if you want to crack them more easily, you can.
No. Nobody who lived through the flip chip days of no heat spreader AMD parts has any inclination to delid anything. We're like, ooh, now we have heat spreaders again. This is neat.
Yeah.
7700 is about the best bang for your buck when it comes to gaming right now.
Nope. 7600. Okay. The i5. If you want gaming performance, the 7600K is the best bang per buck that you can get.
Pedro's wrong.
No, the 7700K is like $350. The 7600K, also quad core, not hyper threaded, means better IPC, is $200.
So what if they want to game and do something other than just play video games?
Well, then you get the i7, yeah. But if you just want the game, the 7600 is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about legit Linux Nero.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, everyone kind of wants the threads, and as much as Ryzen sucks, quote unquote, for gaming, it's a hell of a lot better than Bulldozer used to be. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's an upgrade.
Let's see. You got a bit of extra headroom there, buddy.
Yeah, I am kind of. I can actually probably bring that down.
Scooch it down just a bit. I think that'll. Yeah, you're still getting your two shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything looks good.
All right. Okay, let me just get some water, and I'll be back. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said water.
Let's see. Smoky chips. Yes, that's a thing. 2 of them. Never tried to use wine. I built an oil-cooled rig one time. That worked surprisingly well. Burn up the water pump I was using because of viscosity.
All right. Fridge water.
None of that expensive tap water.
No, it's non-expensive tap water in a bottle in the fridge.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of just plain H2O.
I'm not a fan, but I don't mind it.
I have to have flavoring in it. That's why I drink that Crystal Light powdered stuff. I add it to a pitcher of water.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I never really liked like Tang or what's the American one called? Kool-Aid. Never really into the powdered stuff. But I will. Hell, if I'm really, really thirsty, I'll get home and I'll down 3 mugs of water. Just.
It's one of the good things I like about hot beverages. They slow me down from drinking them. I'm unable to tilk things. Isn't that hot? Extremely.
7700K plus a 1080 Ti. Good times for all. Yeah. Yeah, at that point you can basically play all the video games and do stuff in the background. Beware of the hydrogen monoxide, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a great Penn and Teller's BS when they went around to some outdoor festival getting people to sign a petition against it.
Uh-huh. Did you know water contains dihydrogen monoxide?
No, they were just trying to get dihydrogen monoxide banned. They're like, it's highly corrosive, which is true.
It is true, yes. And it is a known fact that 100% of all, what are they called? Serial killers drink the hydrogen monoxide.
Always straight to the serial killers with you.
No, that's not a hint. Don't get any ideas. Hi, NSA. I just got out of a meeting via Hangouts. My clients worship the gulag. Oh, Google. Right. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, that's a strange nickname for Google, but sure. And Hangouts isn't that bad if you just want to do video conferencing without having to worry about it. Use a Hangouts. Let's see. I don't know if it would be MI5 or MI6. It would depend on whether or not I account for internal affairs.
Oh no, empty. You cast skeleton. God damn it. Now what? Why did you summon Frank? Frank was at choir practice. What the hell? He's going to be extremely cross with you.
Now you have to unsummon skeleton. Yes.
No, Steve-O, apparently everybody I know who lives in third world countries has got access to Discord video, and I don't, so.
Not in a third world country anymore. I mean, it's going down, that's for sure, but not there yet.
All right, I'm going to go grab some cold beverages and rework the cooling system in here since I can't have the AC on.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get started.
Yes. I have Discord video. Apparently, Orn has Discord video as well. Very few people, actually, that got it. I just saw the video button. And to be fair, while the UK may not be a third world country, fucking internet connection is. Oh yeah, you get 5 down and 1 up if you're lucky. Oh, Hippie Jake also got the video. Backbone. I'm pretty sure they all do. They're called drivers. And, yeah. They're what? Huh? That's my speed in Arizona? I know how it feels, Zippy Jake. Yeah, I know how it feels. I'm just ready to see Skype die yesterday. Well, Skype is dead. This version of Skype was supposed to be dead. Like dead. Microsoft said that they would be taking the master peer-to-peer servers down July 1st, I think. I'm guessing they did, but not all of them. Apparently, whatever server we keep hitting, yeah, that's why this particular version of Skype is fine, because Microsoft had nothing to do with it. That's why it still works. Of course you do, Linux Nero. Of course you do. Yeah, that was like the big thing. Oh yeah, we're shutting down the Skype peer-to-peer servers on July 1st, 2017. And for a moment there, we said, okay, shit, we might actually have to find something else for audio.
So, are we talking about Skype?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I just honestly never believed Microsoft was going to do the Pepsi challenge with that business. Listen,
I think they may have turned...
I have full and complete confidence in Microsoft's ability to do something pants on heads retarded.
I'm pretty sure that they took down all the peer-to-peer servers that they found. Whatever servers are left now that we keep using, they don't know they're running.
Skype hasn't been peer-to-peer for years, Pedro.
Isn't this old client supposed to be peer-to-peer?
Nope.
I thought that was like the whole thing.
Nope.
Okay.
It was like one of the first things Microsoft did after buying Skype. They're like, oh, we need to control the everything. Get rid of this peer-to-peer stuff and run it through our system.
Okay.
Feel free to correct me if I'm right.
I have no idea. I thought it was still using the old peer-to-peer system because, you know, version 4 point whatever that we're using.
We're still using the old client. Alright.
Hotmail died when MS bought it too.
Yeah, Hotmail was running BSD, and then Microsoft came in, let's switch this over to our... And it was just everyone. Mass abandonment.
Ah. Have to use my tablet for Skype now?
Yeah.
The only tablet I am currently assigned to, or I currently have assigned to me that runs Skype is Skype for Business, and it's the frickin' iPad.
Alright, so if I get that set there, that's it there. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Fizzy drink.
Let's see. I will be paid on Friday, I believe. We shall see. Because if I'm not, I'm going to be sending a very angry email to Milton Keynes. Because that's where the Venn Group HQ is.
I look forward to your email. All right. Let's see. 2-shot.
It's been a long time, Arthur. Been a long time.
Let's see if we can get away with that, and that's good. All right. OBS is primed and ready to crash, ladies and gentlemen.
Poke at it.
Okay. Let's start recording. Start recording. Boop.
Clackety clack. Don't talk back.
All right. I'm going to take the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, hang on. Take 3. Where's that? There it is. I'm trying new things. This is where it's going to crash. Everyone get ready. Postmarket OS wants to put Linux on your old Android device.
Testing your overclock from the terminal.
GDP Pocket is finally shipping.
And how about a little Wi-Fi?
It's a great day for Linux, everyone. Let's go. And welcome back to Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays, taking that midweek break, sitting back, relaxing, and just having a nice chat about some of the neat things we found going on in that particular space, kind of like we do every week. And like every week, check him out. He's over here. That's Pedro Mateus. You know him, you love him. You tolerate him. And, of course, I'm Venn Stone, as always, doing it live with nothing but penguin sauce, which kind of sounds dangerous, man. Hey, what's going on with you this week? Anything new? I saw your post on Google Plus with your iPad that you stole from the NHS.
I didn't steal it. It was assigned to me. And my only choice was either that particular iPad. Well, it didn't have to be that particular one. I could have picked one of the new Air 2s, but that's way too fancy for me. So I picked the oldest one I could find, the 3. And the only other option was a Dell laptop that takes over 3 minutes to boot. And I said, no. No,
you couldn't like rob an SSD out of
They don't have SSDs. That's the thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's definitely a thing. Another thing that is a thing that's still a thing is GDP Pockets are shipping, man.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of things with touchscreens, and this one actually runs Linux. The Linux version is now shipping, and if you happen to follow our friend the Atomic Ass on the G Pluses or on Twitter or what have yous, you may have seen a picture what he posted of him with the his GPD Pocket, which was, I will be the first one to admit, when I saw the Indiegogo for the GPD Pocket, I went, okay, no, this is never going to succeed. It doesn't have a working prototype. Blah, 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 blah. I was wrong. But I was still very cautiously pessimistic. And even after their Indiegogo was successful, I said, I'll be surprised if they ever actually ship. And I'll be damned. They're shipping.
Listen, man, I was kind of surprised, and yeah, we know they are shipped. They originally, the first ones, it seems, shipped out with Windows. That horrible, horrible, naughty thing it is. And the later ones with Linux, they are out, and they're there in the chain. And Atomic did get his, and if you waited for the Linux version, you get an extra sensor on yours that wakes it the heck up when you open it. So I guess there's something to be said to that. And it's good to see something from an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter that's hardware related.
Delivering.
Yeah. Actually ship and, hashtag Carmageddon rewards or the game for Linux. Nope, not bitter about that 5 years later.
No,
not me,
not
sir.
at all.
No, man, I'm just really glad that was definitely a thing. Audacious. We have that in the notes, and I kind of had to learn what it was.
Yes, indeed. So we're not talking about Krita?
We're talking about Audacious.
Okay, all right. Audacious 3.9. So those of you who have been using Linux for a while, and chances are maybe you started trying Linux at around the time that a little bit of software was still viable on Windows, which was called Winamp. And there was a very similar music player on Linux called XMMS. And then it became Audacious, which has seen a release. Yes! An actual Audacious update, version 3.9. You can download it. Chances are it will show up on your distro's repositories in very little time. They did introduce a bunch of new things. They enhanced the Qt UI. They improved usability in a bunch of different ways, one of which was that Venn put in the show notes. Improved playlist search bar and full drag and drop capability for playlist entries. Welcome to the 21st century, Audacious. How do you like it?
Man, listen, I don't know. I kind of had to look at this, and I had to think, when was the last time I sit down and listened? And you would think, because I got a bunch of expensive audio stuff in here, this is where I would listen to my music. It's not. It just isn't. I just listen to it throughout the speakers around the house. I don't have a desktop music player unless YouTube. Well, hang on. Yeah, I do. It's an Electron wrap thing called Chrome.
Yeah.
And YouTube. Maybe. Way back in the day, though, late 90s, mid 90s, somewhere in there, the first thing I would install would be XMMS.
Yep.
And then I would get on something that rhymed with Rapster because there was a CLI client for it back in the day. And maybe I'd make some mix CDs because I was a teenager and didn't know any better. This is a descendant of XMMS, and I'm glad something like this is still around.
Still getting updates.
Yeah, and people are still using it. It's good, but I'm probably never going to install it. I think what really killed it for me, Pedro, was just mobile devices, because everything I have is able to cast everything else, and
turn on the blue teeth and put your headphones on and go about doing whatever it is you do.
Right.
Done. You got all the music.
It's as much as we complain about, like, where's the future at, as we walk around the house hitting one button to cast the video to whatever
and
device.
hitting a button on the side of our blue teeth headset to pick up a call.
Right. But we're not going to forget about Krita, because you got some things about it going on.
Yes. All right. So this is Krita. They also released a new version. Hopefully this one doesn't come with tech snafus. Version 3.2.0 comes with the new Gmic Qt plugin. It's fully integrated. They also fixed the crashes that you would get whenever you spawned a second Krita window, like, for example, an image preview. And
I like in their downloads. For some reason, Firefox thinks this needs to load this as text.
Yeah, it's an app image. It will show up as text if you give it half a chance. But yeah, if you build Krita from source instead of downloading the app image, and you build it against a version of Qt newer than 5.7.1, the mouse wheel bug is fixed. Finally, took him a while. And the default setting for multiple instances is now respected because it used to not be the case, because it used to allow multiple Krita instances by default, or at least it said it would. But the moment you tried to start a second one, it would just tell you, no, it's already running. So that's been fixed. Good.
So, I mean, kind of help me out. If I know how to use GIMP because I've been using it for almost 20 years. Is this something just like basic GIMP shooting or something? What is this really focused at?
No, this is a digital illustration tool. It's not exactly GIMP. You can do illustration in GIMP, sure, but this one is more focused on the drawing than the editing. Yeah.
So
It's Adobe Illustrator.
okay, all right. No, I can dig that. Maybe if you have a Wacom tablets, which have very good Linux support, you could. Didn't you get Nori a digitizer?
Yeah, I did. It wasn't a Wacom specifically. It's the Trust Slimline one.
Didn't have any issues.
But it uses the exact same driver. Yeah. You just plug it in, and if you're running Mate or GNOME, some GTK-based desktop environment, in the control center you get an option to configure the drawing tablet. It gives you all the options. It's really nice, actually.
Well, this next thing coming up, and it's like, oh, come on. But hey, anybody who's writing about Linux, we kind of want to give them a plug. All this business is going to be in our show notes. It's definitely a thing. 5 reasons Linux is now a great option for anyone.
You want to talk about fluff pieces?
Hey, man, some people get paid by the word. I just thought we'd go through this and take a look at it. Starting with number 1. What you need is an app store. Yes, app stores are a thing. No one uses them.
Why don't you ask Windows users how they feel about app stores?
They love it, man. No, man. I like downloading my DLLs and all of the shady web zones and wonder how come I'm all infected. So, yeah, all right. PPAs, stuff like that. Ubuntu's been trying to make an app store thing for a while. Susie's got its thing.
Synaptic is still the best.
Yeah, I was kind of laughing at that. The image we're looking for your audio listeners is like, this is how it used to look. And I was like, no, it don't, son. This is how it still looks.
That's what it looks like right now.
Coming up to number 2. The basics are covered. Need to write a paper for school, LibreOffice. I'm using that currently right now for show notes. Yeah, that's there. You're going to suffer massive compatibilities, unfortunately, with...
macros, any type of advanced formatting in Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, and their LibreOffice equivalents, obviously.
Google Docs. I mean, just give over to the board. Give it up. No, LibreOffice is great. Number 3. 3 ways to manage your... Wait, no. Where's number 3?
Updates are free and easy.
Okay, all right. What operating?
Free, yes.
I think the last person to charge for updates outside of I think Microsoft's is like Windows 10 forever, bro. We're giving it away, and but Apple used to charge for their updates.
Yeah.
They don't even do that anymore, do they?
No, they stopped doing that with OS X 10 point something. I think it was Lion or Mountain. No, Mountain Lion was way too late. It was Lion or Leopard? One of those. Yeah. But yeah, it's Linux. Of course, updates are going to be free. Easy. Well, that's debatable. It mostly depends on what distro you're running. But sure, that one I have no objections
updates are great.
with.
We'll stick around for our feedback section because we have somebody who thinks that this is it's moon magic to update Linux. Number 4. The interfaces are simple. People recognize Windows. The biggest strength is easy to use. Windows 10, blah, blah, blah. Bob's your uncle. I'm not going to say interfaces are simple for Linux. They're just completely different. Say what you will. The whole start button type thing, Windows didn't come up with that, But you know what? That's a good idea. That logically works. That's a thing you want to stick with, like CDE. Having that launch menu down there. Most of the desktops did. Unity was like Windows 10 and Windows 8 really
Yeah.
irritated people
Windows.
by messing with the UI. Let's have a cup of that.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's choice, man. I mean, we really can just kind of pick whatever we want. I like XFCE4 because even if somebody does come in here and start messing around with the computer, 95% chance you're like, how do I do thing? Like, I don't know. I don't ever use the thing. Keeps people off my computer.
That's why I keep a bare bones version of OpenBox installed on this box.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see anything when it boots. It's just a gray background. It's like, how do I thing? You don't.
And last but definitely least, what do we have?
Linux now comes pre-installed.
Valid point.
Yes. Yes, it
Absolutely.
does.
No, man. That is kind of important because everyone says Linux needs X, Y, and Z in order to be the year of the Linux. No, Linux needs to ship pre-installed. That's step one. Everything else is gravy on top of that.
And it needs, the thing is, there are plenty of stores that sell pre-installed Linux on laptops, desktops, tablets even, but they're not the mainstream stores. We need Linux loaded laptops to hit and stay in the shelves of mainstream stores. Well, not stay as in not selling, stay as in keep a presence there so people can see them. And not running Unity, because I saw people looking at Unity
Pedro,
laptops.
it's listen, hipster, it's not cool to make fun of Unity anymore.
Of course not. Even Canonical admitted it wasn't good enough.
But you just can't let go of it, can you, Ben? Deep-seated hatred. No, that's absolutely a thing. But we have a lot of vendors. We have System 76. Who sent you the laptop last week?
Entroware.
Dell.
Dell. Yes.
I think
There's,
does Lenovo ship Linux?
Yes. Lenovo has a couple of Linux offerings. There's also Slimbook. Also offers the KDE Slimbook specifically.
We got choices now. Some of you old timers might remember for the hot second. I think it was the Best Buys that carried Windows or something like that in their store. They were Linux pre-installed.
Those old Asus Triple-E clamshell netbooks came with Xandros. Yep. Proprietary Linux.
Strange days, but not as strange as what our good friends over at Facebook have been up to, right?
Oh, no. Well, it's not strange what Facebook's been up to. It's strange to have the Apache Foundation get off their ass and do something.
I just wanted to say real quick, Mr. Red, you're right. It was Walmart. All right, never mind.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. But yeah, the Apache Foundation kind of made some waves. This is back from July, but I completely missed it, and it's here now. So Facebook decided to change a certain license that includes not just RocksDB, but React.js and a few other things, because they dropped the RocksDB actually dropped the Facebook Plus patent license or patent grant license from. Well, they changed it from the Facebook one to Apache v2, and React.js is keeping FB and PL. So the Apache Foundation basically blacklisted the Facebook BSD and patent grant license, which means that they can no longer redistribute React.js with Apache in the same package. Facebook was reportedly shocked for a whole of 5 minutes until they repackaged everything with light HTTPD or Nginx, IIS, anything at all, really. But yeah, it's Facebook refused to relicense React.js, so it's no longer compatible license-wise, of course, with the Apache license. That's it.
So at the end of the day, I can still have my Apache and React.js too, just not, it just doesn't come in a combo meal anymore.
Yeah. You can still set it up yourself, but you can't redistribute it.
Oh my God! So you're telling me this wall of text is like, oh, it's slightly more inconvenient now?
Yep.
All right, that happened. No, but I mean, does this affect anything other than?
No, it's literally the license-wise Apache and React.js are incompatible. That's it.
All right. I mean, will this affect anything?
So long as neither Facebook or the Apache Foundation go out of their way to purposefully affect something, I don't think so.
I mean, do you think Facebook was like smoking crazy sauce, or were they just being Facebook? Because Facebook's got a lot of open source projects. You got to give them credit for that.
do.
I don't use Facebook, but
And React.js is a source available project. I have issues calling it open source when they have that stupid patent license, but it's source available. Yeah.
so that was a big story, non-story.
Yeah.
Up next, something that's kind of a little bit interesting. Linux-based post-market OS project. Yeah, man, they want to take your old cell phone, your mobile, and shove the Linux on it. Does that sound like a good idea?
I've seen that done a few times before, and it's still an idea that I like, yes. Although Postmarket OS is a really bad name. Change that. Yeah, they say the developers... This is very, very new. The developers have technically gotten the system to boot on the, let's see, Samsung Galaxy Nexus, the Google Nexus 4, 5, and 7, the 2012 version of the 7, and a few other Samsung, HTC, LG, Motorola, and Sony smartphones. Even the Nokia, and if for some reason you bought that. But yeah, it's a Linux-based OS that's meant to do for phones what Linux does for laptops and old desktops. Just keeps them going long after an expiration date.
So basically, like the third-party ROMs already do?
Yeah. Except this is an Android, it's Linux, which means it's not going to have the Android apps, which then raises the point, why?
It does. Listen, this is a neat project. I like this. This definitely falls under neat. And here's the thing. You use your mobile or a tablet that's 5 years old. Just cut it on. You know you have one laying around. Just go ahead and have a go with it.
Not here. I moved recently, remember?
It's miserable. And yeah, all right, maybe you're not dealing with, you might be able to, this is going to be on the metal. I should say currently right now in its current state, it boots. That's what it does.
Yeah, it boots.
It passes the butter. Yeah. I wish them all the best of luck, but I don't see the market for this because also I'm not one of the people who's like planned obsolescence, which is it's engineering's better now. You know, things don't last like they used to because the engineering tolerances were not as tight as they are these days. So things were over-engineered. They tended to last a lot longer. These devices are, Pedro, am I crazy? I think most of them are made to last at maximum 5 years.
Yeah, you can actually tell laptops, tablets, phones, as soon as you cross the 4 or 5 year mark, it's like, why is everything so slow? You didn't used to be this slow. I can see that. I can actually see that with my netbook, that Toshiba NB550D.
Yeah.
It's so slow. Even with the SSD, I knew it was always slow. it has a single core 1.2 gigahertz AMD CPU, well, APU. But it wasn't that slow back then, and now it's just stupid slow. So yeah, it's a thing. Planned obsolescence.
Well, Pedro, do you know what I like to do with slow devices?
I don't.
Overclock the snot out of them.
Okay, that's not where my mind went, but good. Yes.
Stress Terminal UI monitoring tool. Tell me about it. Never heard of it.
Yeah, so you may have heard of Stress. It's a teeny tiny tool. It's all it does is it creates a job or 10 jobs in a single processor thread, and you can set it to run on, say, 8 threads or however many threads your CPU happens to have. And it will peg all those threads at 100% all the time, no rest. It's completely unrealistic. That is Stress. But it's a very basic tool. That's really all it does. And these fine folks decided that that was way too bare bones, and they wanted to do something more. So they built a terminal UI around Stress with Python, which admittedly it looks kind of neat. You can see they have a GIF rolling by on the GitHub page. That's really neat. It gives you temperature, it gives you the load, everything. If any of the cores start misbehaving, you get an indication. It's actually a really neat tool.
More importantly, it doesn't require X, so
No.
you can remote, SSH into this thing and run it and still have your incurses like interface. Could be helpful, possibly for troubleshooting unstable overclocks. New word
Overclocks?
this week. I guess this would be handy for a set it, forget it type solution. Like, all right, let's just see if this thing melts overnight. Don't do that, kids. Do it in the day when you're not at home. It's even more exciting that way. I would be interested, though. I think I would be interested to kind of get some feedback. Anyone listening to the sound of my voice organ for next week's show, just about the people. I mean, do you still overclock? And on top of that, overclocking is one thing, but do you still do the burn-in stress tests? And do you even think that's really necessary these days?
Considering this is an AMD FX 8370E, what I'm running, yeah, I kind of want to make sure the overclock is stable and everything's properly baked in, so I don't get surprise lockups or or it just shutting itself off because it's overheating. So yeah, admittedly, I used Stress couple of days ago when I took my PC apart, cleaned it all up, put it back together, made sure the overclock and everything else was still in the UEFI. It remembered. Ran Stress for about an hour and a half. I kind of left the house and came back. It was running fine, didn't crash, didn't shut itself off, so neat.
I think when we do the Ryzen build, it's probably just going to get tested Saturday night. We'll call that a stress test. But
yeah, Saturday nights we'll do that.
Maybe you don't like rocking and rolling old school like we do, and you want a shiny new laptop. Now, we covered this in depth Saturday on Linux Gamecast Weekly, so if you want to go back and give that a look, you can listen to Pedro ramble for an hour and a half about this. But he's going to give you a quick recap of the Kratos, because that check cleared, right? They gave us thousands of dollars, and
they gave us no money.
Oh.
They let us keep the laptop for a whole week, and it was a good thing that I still hadn't found a job at the time, so I had the time to run all the benchmarks, do all the things. The one thing that I didn't have the time for was to crack open the bottom lid so I could have a look at how easy it was to replace everything, because it's one of the shortcomings of the laptop. It doesn't have an access port for upgrades, but outside of that, the battery is kind of what you expect from a gaming laptop. It's not good, but it's not the worst. Gaming performance, yeah, you really want that GTX 1050, because it's not even comparable. I compared it. If you have a look at the graphs and you don't know what the Lenovo B5080 is, that's my current laptop. That's the one I use. And yeah, the Kratos is actually a pretty good unit. Assuming you don't mind chiclet keyboards and a very loud fan once you get into the games.
So, brass tacks it for me, man. What's it going to cost me for that configuration that you had, and would you recommend it?
Let's see. As it was sent to me, that configuration was 979 pounds. Yeah, 979 pounds. With it came with a 1080p screen, IPS, 8 gigs of RAM, DDR4. Let's see. An SM961 M.2 NVMe SSD, 250 gig.
Pedro forgot that you can read all these specs on the page. I just asked him if he had recommended for the price.
And yes, I would recommend it because as far as laptops go, you can't get one. Well, you can get one that cheap, but not with the 1050 and the NVMe SSD. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good value if you're really in the market for a gaming laptop. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool, man. Definitely digging it, and I think you got some more hardware that we're not going to disclose just yet, but there's definitely some more hardware heading to Britannia.
There are things inbound.
He's definitely going to be providing another hand-on review, ladies and gentlemen. So, we got a lot of people who make this show possible, Pedro.
Yes.
Yes,
we do.
It's well known, which we've known since Humble Bundle was a thing. Linux users are by far the most generous people in the world.
Yeah, they are. They consistently pay more in the Humble Bundles than back in Windows.
It's like they recognize value for value. Most of them can also fly. That's also might not be true. But they also make this show possible. And I would... We got a list of people to thank this week.
Oh, yeah. So if you, chances are, if you looked at our Patreon today, we kind of have your name here. Let's see. Mr. Avery Roth is a new Patreon. Thank you very much. Popey upped his pledge. Only just last week, he kicked us a few shekels, and he's already upped. Artherin also upped his pledge. Oh, look. Patreon is blocked. And Linux Nuru bought us some fans. Yes, he wasn't a big enough fan himself, so he needed to buy us some Tanzanian fans for the Ryzen box of business. And Steve-O also goes to the fine upstanding cannibal wall today because he got you something, didn't he, Venn? A stick of gum.
2 sticks of gum. Don't no one look at Venn because he set it on the floor and he's got to go down and reach it.
Yeah, so he got us the NVMe drives, which really fast Samsung 960.
I was never gone. It was an illusion. No, man. Thanks, Steve-O. And it is, the 960 Evo. It's M.2 NVMe SSD. This is going in the box business. This is going to replace $1,000 worth of SSDs in YOLO RAID that we've been using for the show. And yes, cooling will be provided by Space Tanzania in
Tanzania.
580mm fans for Tipsy Danger, the new box of business. And we were talking like after our stream yesterday. Go back and watch that if you want to see Pedro and myself just flail miserably around in not 1 but 2 games with motoring vehicles and rockets attached to their arse. It took us forever to set up the Amazon thing because I'm just like, I don't know, man, I don't. And we finally did, and you guys have just blown our minds. That's why I always get stuttery about it. I was like, this is a practical joke, or you guys like pulling one on us. But no, everyone's been awesome doing this. Cheat mode, we're about 3 weeks away from the Ryzen. We're going to be able to do a lot more cool stuff. And we won't be sitting here shaking the entire time, just waiting for everything to explode
Will it catch
into fire. Thank you, everyone, so much for making that possible. Also, double thanks for everyone shopping through our affiliate links. That adds up like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's not a ton of extra coin, but every little bit helps because, again, no ads. And they said it was an insane idea to do something like this, but we wanted to just like, hey, man, let's do a Linux podcast that's moderately to mildly competent. And there's not 40 minutes of, ads per hour, and it's kind of brilliant. Okay, all that shilling has worked up an appetite.
Yes, give me some pie. That teeny tiny slice of pie, which this week starts with some networking pies. The first one is a Wi-Fi hotspot. What's it about?
It's a Wi-Fi hotspot. What do you want from it?
Yeah, it's a Raspberry Pi based Wi-Fi hotspot.
Come on, man. I mean,
okay.
What are you, a cop? No, man. Hey, on top of that, with a little bit of tinkering, you can also turn this into a repeater. That's why I posted it. Not because of Wi-Fi hotspot. Let's just be real with each other. First thing is like Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't care about that. I have tons of repeaters and stuff like that around the house. But if I could set this up, all the repeaters, all the places, all the things, but if it's going to only, does it say if it does 5 gigahertz and 2.4, or do you need the external?
It depends on what you're using.
Does the Raspberry Pi 3?
I don't know if it supports 5 gigahertz, but if the internal Wi-Fi board supports 5 gigahertz, then yes, it can do. It can broadcast.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, that's always a good idea if you're doing any type of homebrew repeaters. Use 5 gigahertz for your backhaul. No, that's cool. And I have a MiFi, which is just an LTE puck that I carry around with me everywhere. So, yeah.
This is my LTE puck.
Your mobile?
It's my Android flip phone.
Hey, man, if it gets the job done, I think that's kind of a neat project. Okay, let's get off the Wi-Fi topic and talk about something completely different.
Yes, let's talk about using a Raspberry Pi to manage the devices in your Wi-Fi network. Yep, this is what it is. It's Wi-Fi Boss. It does what it says on the tin. When you connect this to your router, all it does is what you could already do with basically any distro, as long as you want to take some time and set up that particular brand of functionality. It gives you a little GUI that fires up whenever a new device joins your Wi-Fi. And if you don't recognize it, you can just hit the Don't Recognize button, and it will give you a description of where that device is, give or take, by the strength that the router is getting back from the device. It will give you some other things and will let you just block it or give it limited access. You can also set 24-hour guest pass. Say if you have guests over but you don't want to give them the permissions to use the Wi-Fi's at will, you could just give them a 24-hour pass. Done. So yeah, it's just it's a pretty GUI wrapped in a Raspberry Pi ISO that you flash to your micro SD card, load in your Raspberry Pi, and it's something neat. If you have a touch screen for your Raspberry Pi, it's just literally something that's on the wall or on a desk somewhere, and you hit the button to authorize or deauthorize devices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing against the project whatsoever. I mean, if you're connected to my Wi-Fi, it sounds like your problem.
Yeah, that's probably your password not doing its job.
And it's kind of neat, like the range finding stuff and all that, but nothing against the project. It's just like it seems like a lot of trouble. Might be fun for a school project or something like that, but when I think about stuff like this, Pedro, it's like, how bored would I have to be after reading through that and then looking for what it does, it was exponential. So, I'd get about 25% done with that project. And
that's because you live alone. Say you live with someone who is not as technically minded as you. All of a sudden, oh yeah, neat little thing. So they can manage the network while you're not.
No, Pedro, if I lived with somebody not technically minded as me, I would buy one with a wicked simple pre-made interface, or they'd probably already ordered one while I was halfway through sticking this together.
It doesn't take all that long. All you need is if you want a screen like a touch screen to do everything just directly on the Pi, that's the most complex bit. Everything else just it's loading a Pi.
That's pretty cool. I'm not giving you a hard time because what I got coming up next, I'm just throwing this in because I read across it. TARDIS case, removable top, Raspberry Pi 2 or 3. You can download it. You can print it out. What is this? Yeah, Utilamaker 2 extended, or you can send this to, there's a couple of places to get them printed, but yeah, completely free, and might have already ordered one, so
may have,
maybe. I'm not going to swear to that. That's just kind of a cool thing, says the guy with the TARDIS mug, but might have ordered one for the Pi. All right, I think that's going to wrap it up, man. Running a little bit long this week.
Indeed.
Before we get out of here, we love talking to you every week, but we like it when you can get back with us. Give us a little feedback. Let us know all the beautiful things that we got wrong, and or maybe some things that we do right, or just your opinions, thoughts, hints, ideas, and how can they do that?
You can do that by going to linuxgamecast.com, hitting the contact button, and making sure you pick LWDW on the little drop-downy forum. Then filling out the rest of the contact form, filling in the CAPTCHA. That's it. Just make your message count. Because we get a few. And if it's not good, we're not going to feature it here. And good in this case actually means something constructive, something not so constructive. Basically, this show, it's a lot more permissive on the feedback than that other show what we do.
All right.
So,
coming up first, Matt Clark kind of walks out of the gate because we asked last week and he delivered. Yes. We're like, all right, FizzFS, what is this moon technology? Tell us. He was like, if I recall correctly, FizzFS is like library. Used to let you more or less mount zip files so you can access the files from your program without having to unzip them. Meant for asset access in game engines. The new version, guess what? It seems to be pretty awesome.
All right. Okay. So I guess that explains how. That tells me exactly how the Game Boy and whatever emulators can just pull the game files directly from the zip without you having to decompress it. Neat. Yeah.
I don't know. I looked into it. I was like, yeah, that's above my pay grade. I'm not touching that. But it's always good to get things clarified and explained because I love learning. I do not pretend I know everything, man. I mean, don't ever get like that. So I'm not even. I was kind of not even sure whether or not I wanted.
This is Monster Cameron, isn't it?
I didn't know if I wanted to include this or not because this is either a low-level troll or a Windows user, which in all fairness, they're kind of hard to tell apart. Pedro.
Okay, so Linux has always been a hassle. Reasons, installing an app the Linux way, period. Okay, then you go into a list. That's weird. No repository location. Why do you need to know that? Register PPA for download auth. What? Update APT. Okay, that you need to do. Avoid package manager conflict issue. What kind of a jacked up system are you running? For uninstall, locate PPA, then purge, find repo location, and remove, then update APT again. Oh, please, Windows, this is always be one click away. Are you, what are you smoking?
I don't know, man. I didn't have the not sure if serious thing queued up, which I should have. Okay, let's try to look at this. Know the repository location. Windows equivalent. Know where to download. Go to your web zone. Register PPA for download auth. That's only Ubuntu, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Update app. Run Windows Update. Avoid package manager conflict issues. Oh, download all the codecs or things that you need in order to make it run. Or the DLLs. For uninstall, locate, purge. Clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Sudo apt uninstall, or we don't use yum
No,
anymore.
sudo PPA purge and then the PPA. Yes, you can do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, but you don't normally run around. I don't know. What do you do, Pedro? I'm very, because I do LTS upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very dodgy about adding third-party PPAs.
Depends on the PPA.
Okay.
There are some PPAs that I use, namely the OBS one, because, hey, lazy. I have a few PPA ones, updated PPAs that I use regularly, but I can't say I've ever had a package manager conflict issue with any of those PPAs.
Uh, I ooh. What was the last time you've had a package manager conflict or something?
Fuduntu was still a thing.
So 4 years minimum. Yeah.
20 from 2013 back to 2010 in that window somewhere.
Times have changed, man.
And
Hey,
I guess, oh please, in Windows, this is always be one click away. Yeah, I guess that explains why malware is so prevalent over there.
and on that
Yeah.
bombshell, we don't have anywhere to go. Beautiful people, thank you for supporting this. We enjoy doing it. Thank you for watching. If you can catch us live, we always do that. 3:00. You can join in the chat. We'll have the feed, the full thing up for patrons later on, and it'll be available for everyone in 3 days, though, so nothing's behind the paywall, guys. No worries on that. If you want to contact me, I mean, just send us some hate mail for the Saturday show. If you get anything, ideas doing that, we like that. Or for this show, just some regular feedback. That's also a thing. At Venn Stone on the Twitters, you can contact me. I'll respond, or I might click the heart button or something like that. Where can they find you, P-Baby?
Well, everyone can find me, plus Pedro Mateos on Google Plus. If you're into that ghost town, don't go there. We kind of like it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And at Unaccounted For on Twitter, which chances are, if you share funny stuff or interesting stuff, and you follow me, I will probably give you a follow back if I don't forget, which sometimes happens.
Also, I don't do the instant follow backs on Twitter, so...
Yeah, me neither. I always
Nothing
wait
personal.
like a couple of weeks because of the follow bots. So,
I
yeah.
don't. You got to post stuff and things that I find interesting if I'm going to follow you, because I use Twitter for news feeds and all that. Hey, how about some credits? Let's do that.
Ooh. Look at, the names of the fancy people who give us money. Well, that's Venn's name. No one cares about that.
That's Pedro's name. No one knows
That's
who
me.
he is.
No one knows
That's
me.
you guys.
Hey.
Chat Realm Dynamic. Whoop.
That's
our
those are the
executive
ones who matter.
producers.
Yeah.
And these are regular producers.
Oh yeah.
Lots of them. They're brilliant.
That's a lot of them.
They keep on going. It never
Yep.
stops.
it's just not stopping.
And of course,
Hey,
created by
there's Brad.
Chug a chug, chug, chug a chug, chug. Can we do it? Can we do it?
Seriously, Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays. I can't believe that name stuck.
Yeah, well, I couldn't fit Wednesday all the way in there. It got abbreviated. Okay, now I have to save this business. Save project as Crunch.
Fix what title?
Say what now?
I don't know. Strider was saying I have to see if they fixed the title. What title?
I don't know.
Now it's even worse. Oh, Strider, you really are desperate, aren't you?
Yeah, I told you. He's what I said before we went live.
Yeah.
Nailed it. I mean, trust me, this is not our first rodeo. All right, let's get a WAV file back. Let's see. For WAV. Export all the things.
Let's embiggen that window.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. Oh, after the new box is built, I will actually make a code contribution. We're going to, OBS will soon have, not soon, but probably in a month, have a virtual cam.
Built-in virtual cam scene. Yeah.
Because this is annoying the way I gotta do it.
Strider, we got your hate mail.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make it into the show. I don't know what it was, but yeah, Venn said that it did not make it into the show.
See. Boop. All right, let's see. Discord. Pre-show, after show. Two shot. Oh, that's playing again. More credits. Ooh, man. See, Strider, buddy, I won't give you the attention that you so desperately want right now. You don't get to complain because you have an open invite to come on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
you can literally be here whenever you want. You just have to say, I'll be on the show next week. That's it.
Let's just go ahead and put the kibosh on that.
Strider drunk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. All right. I lied to everyone. There is one live LGC that I have not made public. It is only available to Patreons because Strider noped a big enough bottle of wine where I was like, ooh, I wouldn't drink that much. And by the end of it, let's just say no. We didn't want that on YouTube.
Okay, I've been pretty hammered on some.
You've been so hammered you've forgotten doing segments.
Yes. Whiskey and Red Bull. Not so good for the memory after a few. Turns out 40% alcohol concentration mixed with energy drink. Your liver doesn't like it very much.
Man, Empty tore that floor up, man. Empty's like the reigning champion, though. I mean, he's actually disappeared and passed out going to get more alcohol and never made it back. And so, out of courtesy, we cut his cam off. Strider, you would have.
Yeah, no, wine. My stomach doesn't like wine anymore.
Why not, man?
Because when I finished secondary school, me and the rest of my class had a bit of a dinner to celebrate. And I drank 2 1.5 liter jars of red wine, 14% red wine, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I had 3 liters of wine that night. I forgot things about that night. I forgot about 3 hours of that night. And my stomach never really tolerated wine all that well after that. It always makes me feel sick.
I forgot to use old Frank.
Oh, yeah.
During...
the fine upstanding cannibal wall.
Yeah, got Frank, man. Ready to go.
Yep.
Still in the after show, we do want to thank Bradley, Jill, and Steve, Maddie, Erod, Michael G, John M, Mr. Fred, Lennox Nero, Kalankia from last week, and now Steve O.
With the infamy.
Infamy. It's getting real, man.
Infamy.
It's getting real. It's getting terrifying. It's like,
Yeah, you're going to have to build that box.
yeah, I got to build that box now.
There's no backing away now.
I can't BS my way out of this one, man.
Nope. Also, to the person who sent me gerbil, thank you very much. I have a sneaking suspicion of who you are, but you didn't send a note. So, thank you.
I got to send you a thank you note, Steve-O. Don't worry. That's on my little to-do pin board right here. Which I'll be doing. Because I'm good like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, man.
Also, person who sent the mouse, if you give me your Amazon wish list, I can return the favor soon.
Well, I mean, I can give you the link to my Amazon wish list.
Was it you who bought me the mouse?
I didn't say it was me who bought it. You got to quit drinking, Pedro. You're hearing things.
Because, hey, if it was you, thank you. And that would have been surprising.
It wasn't. Why would it be surprising? Me buying you stuff would be surprising? Really?
No. Just, did I ever give you my Amazon public wish list link?
Pedro, I'm lazy. I just send you money.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like, you need to buy this thing for the show here.
Yeah. Well, you've already done that several times, actually. It's like, here, you know what to get with this. Yes, I do.
Oh, man. Where did that... I am still debating... It's not that I would have any problem whatsoever live streaming building the box. Which... technically I got to because I'm getting the processor.
Let's see. Yeah, you only got the processor. The motherboard was Maddie.
No, Clonks.
Oh yeah,
Maddie was the power supply.
Motherboard.
See, I love you people. I know exactly who bought what up here in my brain organ. I've forgotten how to tie my shoes, but I've got all that matched up.
Maddie was the power supply.
Gotta get that some doodads. If I can come up with something that would, how do I want to say it? Something that doesn't look like trash and would be good. My biggest thing is having a way to communicate with everyone. Because what I was originally thinking is I had some natty packs, wireless microphone packs from my music playing days. Batteries are dead in those, and I can't even find even batteries plus because I ring batteries plus up. These things are old, man. I was like, "You got that?" They're like, "What is that?" I was like, "All right, that's a no."
Linux Nuru. It doesn't come with Linux pre-installed, but it comes with no OS if you pick the option. One of the MSI X series laptops from a couple of years ago actually comes with the GTX Titan. And you can pick no OS, so technically not paying for Windows.
Man, if you're going to buy it, you need to be a hardcore gamer on a submarine to justify buying a Lappy with a Titan in it. And all right, to me, you would if you'd give me all those criteria, I'd be like, completely understand.
Yeah. Yes, Strider, go away. I mean, we can't talk about cars. Strider throws a fit. We can't talk about computer hardware.
He's
Strider
just throwing a fit, so you'll say his name. It's cute. You two get along so well.
Now I get why Jordan likes picking on me. I get it. I do.
It's a symbiotic relationship, man. I mean, you guys are like Jerry and Beth.
Basically, I want a desktop with built-in keyboard / display and built-in UPS. So you want an iMac, is what you're saying? An iMac with one of those magnetic keyboards that you can just paste on the back.
I think I might be able to enable voice chat in Discord if some people want to hop in there for a little bit.
No,
Maybe.
can't be for too long because I gotta go make dinner.
Eh. How do I even
Linux
remember how to do
that's
this?
the laptop.
Yellow voice connected.
There's a mirror.
Is it? Hey, yeah, that's me talking in the after shows and audio.
Mm-hmm.
WebRTC voice engine playback.
Ah.
Hang on. Now hardware mixer. Moving things up.
Speak mirror. Patrick.
Ah, well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there is a mirror there, but he's muted himself. Okay.
That's a lot of trouble for nothing, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless Strider has Munchausen syndrome.
No, man, he's like Salvador Dali. He is.
He is Munchausen's.
He's like
Okay, there we go.
Took you a while to figure that one out.
That's all he had.
Whoa.
Yeah. Come on, Mir. You can do it.
Here.
He's here. He's just
You're going
quiet.
to have to lower the sensitivity of your voice or you enable push to talk.
Maybe he's just not talking, Pedro. Not everyone's just a stream of consciousness like you
Oh,
are.
hold on. There we go.
That sounds better.
Patch. About that.
Well, that's even worse.
What? Oh,
Let's attack it. It's been a while, hey, man.
Yeah, we haven't had
Yeah.
Strider on the show, so we haven't heard that microphone.
It's bringing back old feels, man. It's been a while since somebody assaulted a microphone for no reason.
sorry about that. I'm using the same sort of mic that Foxy is using right now.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This mic seems to have fan noise reduction as well. God damn it, who the hell is fucking calling me?
You remember
All
what-
that trouble, and now you're going to have to pick up the phone. Hey, there's a Steve-O.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello!
Hey, Oz.
All right.
Hey.
So, Steve-O, tell us about you. You know, outside of the
Pedro,
very
you
generous
are the nosiest
NVMe.
person in the world, man. You're like, hey, how's it going? Tell me all about yourself.
Yeah. All about yourself.
I didn't hear all that. What?
Exactly.
Never mind.
I just heard Venn making fun of Pedro.
That is just the gist of it.
Okay, so you've been paying attention to the show. Good.
Yeah, for about 2 years.
But you've been quiet. I only started seeing a Steve-O show up recently.
Yeah. I like to
Or you
watch.
had an...
Hashtag creepy.
That's actually not creepy. I mean, you look at audio download numbers, man. 1% of 1/2 of 1% tuned in live.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. It's basic math. Ask anybody who does a show.
Yeah. I mean, we have a regular enough group of people in IRC, and you kind of start to recognize the names, and when a new name shows up, Steve-O,
When a new
you
name
pay
shows
attention.
up, Pedro immediately starts creeping on him and chases him away.
No, I don't chase him away. I asked the question.
There needs to be a more direct way to sign up for IRC, like for people under the age of 30.
Nope. See, IRC is a litmus test.
Yeah. Can you figure it out?
I have said that publicly since day one. They're like, why don't you use Twitch chat or YouTube chat? And I was like, because it filters out. Jordan's under 30. He can use. Actually, Jordan taught me how to use IRC. So
Yeah, Jordan set Venn up with his cloak.
the IRC stuff. I see Linux Nero's in chat, but I don't know if we can get any audio from Tanzania. We could get a report on the fiber baboons.
Come on, Linux Nero. Shout out to the microphone. Or not.
Strider posts shit but won't get in the chat.
That's what Strider likes to do.
He's busy at work, so.
Oh fuck, we're all busy at work, right?
Right.
Work's
Technically,
been over for about 5 hours for me.
oh, jeez, man. You just got to keep bringing up the fact that you live in the future.
I don't live in the future. In fact, I live in a pretty retrograde country. Shitty internet, remember?
All the bandwidth goes to the video on the streets.
See, I don't know what's better, the fact that Empty's already got the show art for next week.
We gotta work that in somehow.
Oh,
South Sesame Street.
I can make
With
this happen.
cocaine?
Well,
The cocaine is a given. That's a given.
There's a reason there's Voltrons on all of our shows, and they're all white because all the Voltrons are made out of cocaine.
Oh, and by the way, Cocaine Voltron makes a great wallpaper
Dork.
for.
That is
Oh,
the nerd.
God.
Man, I don't even. I created this on accident, and I don't even have it set as my desktop background. Jeez, man.
No. It's great for
Christ.
saving battery on your phone. I'm not kidding.
Do you know what else is good at saving battery on your phone? Cutting it off.
Yeah, but when it's cut on, the background is so dark and the everything is so faded, like everything is so faded that it just uses no battery on the screen, which is great.
Unless you're watching the internet videos.
I don't do that on my phone.
Yeah, you do. You did for a while.
Well, I use my phone as a LTE modem so I can watch those videos either on this box or on my tablet.
That's what the review box is for.
Who is this?
What?
Hello.
Zigzag,
Zigzag
Wander.
Oh, what? Is this exclusive all of a sudden? See, you guys are worse than Pedro's. Like, oh, look, another person. I thought this was our club.
Let's see. Is that Strider?
The Zigzag Wanderer?
No, I think Zigzag Wonder is a patron. I don't know.
Why does Pedro not have a little voice bubble?
Because I'm not in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Because you're getting my audio
Oh.
through Venn's audio.
We're internet pipes.
Hardware.
Pedro are-
Yeah.
Connected at the hip.
Oh,
Yes.
there's a Linux Gnuru.
The G is silent.
Yeah,
Stallman would be
forgot I had the
pleased.
input volume down.
Yeah, someone invites Stallman. Pretty sure he doesn't use Discord.
that
Probably too proprietary.
I guess. I mean, we could get it. Stallman.
He uses Jitsi.
Yeah, I mean, I can
We
get
know he
Stallman on the
uses Jitsi.
show if you want.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's just, I know Stallman's going to say something that's going to set me off. The internet's going to hate me for a few months.
Just set a lag filter on YouTube.
It's,
Like Like, give yourself 30 seconds of runway.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's not that. It's ranting with and against I Love Stallman and his katanas, but yeah, he's going to divert into some weird things that have nothing to do with open source, and yeah, no.
Yeah, that's one thing he does a lot is he tries to find analogies. Sometimes they work, a lot of the times they don't.
I think he's got like some really good weed. Is the only thing I can figure out.
It's not weed. It's
It's
foot
new
pickings.
weed. It's G&U weed. Right?
Show title.
Jeez.
It's GNU plus weed.
What the?
Yeah.
What is that Linux?
I don't understand the gaming laptops. Like, you're just gonna burn your balls off.
We don't put it in
Yeah.
your lap, you idiot.
But then that's a desktop. Just buy a fucking desktop.
Yeah,
Well, the power here.
it's
the
called
problem is-
a laptop. You might as well just put a very, very fat cat on your lap.
The problem is our power can come and go at any minute for like 2 hours at a time.
Well,
Or
you know,
solar panels.
Yeah, all right. Linux Neuro has a justification. I mean, battery backup. He's like, difficulty. I live in Tanzania.
Yeah, it's shipping to Tanzania. That could be an issue. Yeah, unless
But,
you have
you
someone
know-
who can ship it to you in the U.S., like your brother.
Ultimately, I mean, you don't call them lap tablets now, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. If you must have a laptop with the Linux preloaded, yes. System 76 has the Bonobo. You can get an i7 on the Kratos from Entroware. You can get an i7 and I think a GTX 1070. I don't think they do the 1080. Let's see. Some reason it's been so long since I looked at their lineup that I honestly couldn't tell you. Tuxedo computers, they have the exact same Clevos that Entroware uses for their gaming lineup. So yeah, you can get from Tuxedo.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you're buying something pre-installed with Linux, you're paying the premium for the support.
Yep.
That's
I was gonna say, would you not wipe it like the very first day?
step one.
Right.
But then you can forget the support.
Right, and if I'm doing a review unit like System 76, it's like, oh, here, yeah, I'm going to try what comes shipped on it. If I'm buying something from Penguin Computing or any like that, yeah, step one, wipe.
No, step one, you pull out the hard drive and you put in an SSD.
NVMe.
You
Doesn't have to be an
can't always have
NVMe one.
NVMe.
Oh,
what I
yes, you
did.
can.
No, no. I don't have a single machine that supports it. But again, I've got the old shit, as Strider would
Do you
call it.
have PCIe ports like a by4 one?
What's that?
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah.
boot to PCIe. Not that I can
You
think
can't
of.
boot
Well,
to PCIe.
yes, I can.
But you can get PCIe to NVMe or M.2 adapter, and then use the NVMe on that one. You can't use it as a boot
But
drive.
then you-
Yes.
Don't you lose the speed at that point?
No. It's literally a PCIe by 4 lane converter card that converts the PCIe port to M.2.
Kind of thought I was going to be able to double dip when I cracked open this package from Stevo
Yeah.
with the 960, because some of these 960s originally shipped with PCIe card in them. They were just, the NVMe drive was just clipped to it, because that's all the NVMe slot is just right there on your PCI lane. You don't need the extra card. And I was like, oh, snap, because I only have one spot for an NVMe drive. And I was like, oh, if I get a riser card, you can have two. And it's just regular, but no, more than happy with it. But yeah, believe
And
it
if
or
you have
not,
an old system-
Pedro was just correct about something.
And if you have an old system, that's how you use NVMe drives. You use a PCIe adapter. That's it.
Now,
This machine is all NVMe, and whenever I go back to SSD, it feels slow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that very first time you started SATA SSD is like, this is fast. Then you go back to a box that only has hard drives. Why is this so slow? I don't remember this being this slow.
Well, that was something Jordan and I used to joke about when NVMe was first announced, way before it came out. We're going to be living in this moon future. To where it's like, oh no, I got to run it off the slow SSD. It can only do 500 megs a second. Poor me.
Okay, Strider.
What?
Oh, just a general bitching.
Yeah, he always does that.
Oh, that's Strider.
He's an angry drunk.
Yeah, but he's a lovable one.
Minus the French accent.
No, that makes him lovely.
I thought he was Italian.
Fuck, no, that's French.
Oh, he's French.
Hey, he's Italian.
Can you not hear the arrogance?
You have to talk like you don't care about what you're talking about.
Listen, man, Strider has made a very good point. He's like, French people hate everyone, including French people.
I mean, yeah.
So there's nothing
Hey,
but
Linux
love.
Nuru, you're playing GPG Agent.
Yeah, it just randomly picks some shit in my process tree.
Is that game fun?
Not as fun as
I'm
System
sure
D.
it's about as fun, as Venn's System D. How long have you been playing System D, Venn?
Man, I have clocked almost 2,000 hours in System D and not a single effing achievement, man. I am pissed. I want a refund.
Hashtag early access.
I should try to get that greenlit System D.
Hey, what happened to Tux Cart?
They got greenlit. Now it's just a matter of them getting off their ass and actually finishing the game to a point that they can ship it in early access.
Also,
look,
French
it's me.
developers. Aw.
What the fuck?
You see, all that does is make me miss Phony.
What was the picture that was pixelated?
Oh, face.
Was also from the same time because the background is from the apartment, so it could have been at any point. Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's the O face.
I've memorized all of your Pedro's moved like 19 times since we started the show.
I want to do a stop frame
5.
animation of Pedro.
Oh, you have enough material for that, Linux Nuru? I say have at.
All right, I gotta grab
YouTube
something to
download.
drink, and we'll do another 10 minutes, and we'll pop out of here. I'll be back.
Yep. Yeah, no, you have plenty of material to make stop animations, and well, you have enough sound to make me, Venn, Jordan, even Strider, empty. Just say all of the racist things.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Oh, you have plenty of material.
Mateo.
You tried.
Was that supposed to be his last name?
Yeah.
Mateus?
I'm working on my 5th gin and tonic here.
Mateus. It's not that hard. Come on.
It's Mateus.
Mateus.
Whoa. What's that fucking cartoon where the grandpa burps?
Rick and Morty.
Morty.
Yes.
Come on, Morty.
I just started watching that. Does he do that the entire fucking series?
Yeah.
Shit.
And the 2 seasons afterwards.
I'm trying to watch it through the illegal YouTube, so. Well, Venn said you could watch it on YouTube, but I clicked on it and said you have to pay for this.
Oh, it's YouTube Red. That sucks.
Just get it from the pirate bay like I do.
Or install the Adult Swim app on your Android device and watch it.
Oh, fuck them.
But it's not going to be free on that anymore.
Oh, they're introducing payments to the app now?
Yeah, they stopped providing it for free. Didn't you read the article?
No, I still have it installed on my tablet.
If your app is nothing more than a fucking webpage, I will go to said website in Chrome.
Usually it's just a matter of finding the right URL to pull whatever they're using in the app.
What are we on about?
Adult Swim. The app apparently is now paid for.
/ get off my lawn.
No, the access to Rick and Morty is now paid for.
Oh.
They post it on their Rick and Morty YouTube channel like 2 hours after it airs.
Bullshit, it's paid for.
I watch it all the time. I watched it last week on the Rick and Morty channel.
Send me the link. It says I have to pay for it.
On YouTube?
Yep.
Did you watch it that day?
I was trying to watch season 1, season 2.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the most recent. I'm not talking about the back catalog.
I tried, man.
Oh, no. You're watching it through... yes, it's on YouTube technically because YouTube plays videos. But no, you're watching the Play Store, or you were trying to watch the Play Store version of Rick and Morty. No, the actual YouTube channel for Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm. Which is their YouTube channel. I mean, it's not like Frank's
All right.
YouTube channel.
I'll look again.
Yeah,
It's their actual channel, not Adult Swim.
Strider has a point. I mean, maybe it's just free the next day for like 12 hours or something. I don't know.
Did you say Strider has a point?
Yeah. He has points. I didn't say it was good.
Happens.
He only has points when it's not hardware related.
Well, next week he'll complain about that we didn't cover enough hardware stuff.
Did y'all get the NVIDIA update for the Saturday show?
Oh, they released new drivers, yeah.
The drivers.
I didn't...
Yeah, there's Vulkan updates.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of
saw
bringing
it, but I
everything in
didn't
line with
download
the
it
beta
yet.
drivers. So I'm more curious about. Tell me about that Mad Max Vulcan stuff we were talking about before we went live.
Yeah, so there was a 35 megabyte update for Mad Max before, well, today or late yesterday. And I started it because, like, okay, 35 megs, started up. Everything was smooth, very smooth. It didn't have that Vulkan renderer jank that it used to. Did my usual lap around the map that I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid smooth. It only dropped at those specific points where you can see that it's actually loading, and it just drops a little bit and it comes right back up. Everything else was smooth sailing all the way. So either they canned the Vulkan backend and they've gone back to OpenGL, and that would explain the smoothness, or they fixed their Vulkan backend.
My mind still hasn't updated, so
Yeah. But yeah, it was very, very smooth.
let's see.
Oh, drat. They removed support for checking for and downloading updated driver packages in the...
Yep.
Yeah, when they got rid of FTP.
Unencrypted.
That was a while back.
I thought so too.
No, it's in the 384.69.
69.
You could still try with the older drivers, but it wouldn't work because they nuked the FTP site.
Precisely. And video.
I now go directly to their HTTPS download site.
Mm-hmm.
main webpage. I go here.
8469. So it supports the Quadro P4000. That's the workstation one.
See, kids, this is how you know you get old and lazy. Because I got the PPA. It's like, when are you going to update? When they show up there.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't use the PPA for. It's the drivers.
Plus,
How do you live with that
Ubuntu
AUR?
has definitely like beat me in to their way of like, don't you dare chmod that run file and try to execute it. Why? Because you never know what you're going to get.
it, I run it, I let it build, I do all the things through it.
Sometimes it works. Most of the time it won't. But, you know, buddy, go ahead and try it.
Babe, it's been working for me, so don't give it ideas.
Yeah.
Is that what
It's
you're
been
talking
working
about,
better
Ben?
than Pulse Audio, so yeah, I guess that's a win.
I'm not talking about the back catalog. I'm talking about the ones that...
Yes,
2
those
days
are the
ago?
Play Store ones. That's the ones that we're talking about.
That's on YouTube.
Oh, that's
Yes,
place.
they show up on YouTube because if you buy videos from the Play Store, you get to see them on YouTube.
Fuck me.
They have a
I go to
video streaming
YouTube.com,
service.
I
They're going to
search.
use it.
I just want to watch the fucking show.
Holy crap, I just realized they disabled G-Sync in desktop environments such as Budgie that use libmutter.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, whatever will I do with my vast cornucopia of G-Sync monitors that I don't have?
You didn't put it on the wish list.
Man, I wake up every morning terrified that somebody has picked up that stupid-ass widescreen monitor.
No one wants to play with that jank-ass monitor.
Including me.
Hey, Nerlin. Yeah, you're a bit late. Well, a lot of things have issues with libmutter. Mutter as a compositor is a piece of shit.
Well, one thing I'll be happy about is because for the initial build for the box of business, which I'm looking forward to all the gotchas, because I'm sure those are coming. But you kind of get secretly excited about that.
It's like, stuff's brand new and it's still not working properly.
It's like, and you know there's going to be problems to solve. That makes me happy
Yep.
for some weird reason.
It's almost as if you're a Linux user or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely going to be playing with XFCE 413 with its new fancy state-of-the-art, hey, hardware enabled compositing. Woo!
Yeah, you actually have GLX compositing in
Yeah.
XFWM4 now.
Instead of running Compton on top of it. Compton's like, oh,
To be fair, Compton's a pretty good compositor.
Compton works, man, but it's about as efficient as a lot of things.
It's very bare bones.
It's
It's still
you
more
mean-
efficient. It's more efficient than Comp is. Okay?
Are you putting boot on an NVMe?
yes, I am.
Okay. I'm assuming you saw the note.
Elaborate. I get a lot of
13
notes.
LGC.
The Amazon note. Should have been with the drive.
Yeah, I read it. What did it say?
Yes, she was.
I know I read it. It's something like enjoy booting fast or something. I'm not bullshitting you. I did read it.
You're like a kid at Christmas just ripping open the package. Like tossing away the from grandma.
No, I have a bunch of notes sitting around me. I asked you a question. I'm waiting on the answer. What did
I
it
didn't
say? I mean,
Wait,
I
who
can
did
go
you ask the
find the
question?
damn note if we need to.
Oh, no, you had it right. You had it right.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Now if I could just find Rick and Morty.
You can find it. It's $1.99. Come on.
Strider, you don't make sense.
Nori was on IRC?
Angry drunk man.
Yeah, that screenshot that Linux Guru posted. Evidence that Nori was at one point on an IRC. At one point, she used to stay up to watch me do things.
Yeah, that was before they moved in together. And like 20, possibly 26 seconds after that, Nori was full of Pedro. She's like, yeah, all right. No extra Pedro when I don't have to. Compositing. That's how we're able to do this show, man.
Compositors are great for, laying transparent or chroma keyed things on top of another thing and making them appear.
I fucking hate those fidget spinners.
Is that a fidget? No, what is it? A hard drive?
That's a hard
Yeah.
drive.
A SCSI hard drive platter.
That's a small platter too.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Norlin,
got-
Norlin, I'm gonna blow your mind. You can rewind it right now.
Yeah. If you're watching us,
If you're watching us
I know
live,
you're watching us.
I have DVR enabled. We have the technology, so you can just scrub it all the way back. Or after it's done chewing on it, it'll be up after we're done with it, which will
It'll
probably
take,
be in a few more minutes. So
half an hour, 20
yeah, it'll take it about
minutes?
30, 35 minutes to ingest it and crunch it, then I'll have it up on the Patreon page. 2 turntables. Fidget spinners. Man, I knew fidget spinners had jumped the proverbial chainsaw when I was at the big box Lowe's construction site and they were selling them in the checkout line.
It's like, if I buy you one of these, will you shut up? Okay, there you go.
I gotta go to the big box store. I have a really small leak in the upstairs bathroom. So
What's
I
the
gotta
big buck store?
Yeah, big box store. They're like gigantic male deers. That's all they sell in fidget spinners.
This is my what the fuck face.
Yes, we can see it.
Mir, that looks like something you might stick somewhere, buddy.
That's those letters on the side.
That's what he wants you to believe, Pedro. More accurately, that's what you want to believe.
That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Oh, at petrol stations, I would absolutely believe that, or there's zero doubt.
Okay, it's past 10. I really gotta go
Okay.
make dinner.
Let's shut this thing down, and let's see. Oh, Brad doesn't know about fidget spinners. Damn. I had nothing of value was lost. Maybe he'll know about fidget spinners soon. I hope not. Really?
No.
That's a fidget spinner, is it?
Oh my god.
Go ahead and
For everyone at
What did you do?
hashtag meatspin.com. Beautiful people, it's been real. It's been fun. You're welcome for the free anatomy lesson. I don't know. That happened. It's kind of brilliant. We'll see you next week. Pedro and I will return with the Svang Saturday.
Yes.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you.